basically a phone and a selfie stick sometimes just to get the phone away from me a little bit. And that's it. And that's how I got started. And people like authenticity as well. That's a big thing. You know, another hang up that people have is they're like, well, I've got to be polished and I've got to, you know, I can't, you know, stutter or mess up when I'm talking or screw up. You want it to be as good as you can go and have it be smooth and not distracting, but they like that you're human. They like that, you know, you're like them. They start to relate to you. They start to kind of learn who you are. And they feel like they know you. And that is a huge thing, because a lot of people they're like, should I reach out? I don't know who this person is or what they're about. Are they good at what they do? And I think once they watch you enough times, they start to feel like they know you and they get very comfortable.
Yeah.
I feel like it builds trust too, you know, it's like, and the funny thing is, we always say is their first reason why they don't want to get on camera is because they're like, oh, I don't look good on camera, but the truth is it's what you look like. So
right.
if they see you in person, they're going to see you on video. It's going to be the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, get over it and move on. But the other cool thing that I think you all do is you can focus on different neighborhoods. You can focus on different businesses. You can even interview other people. But it really, if you are on camera, and I like the idea of the selfie stick just to give you a little space, because sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so close. Yeah. Oops, sorry about that. See, it's perfect as things are always going on, happening. We'll just crop that out. But I think what's really great is finding simple videos to do. Don't overthink it, right? Like the content doesn't have to be some amazing content that you edit and have all these crazy things on. Although we have other videos on, how to get a virtual assistant for cheap to help you edit your videos if you don't want to do the work or you don't know how to do the work. And you can do it really inexpensively. But truthfully is you could easily just go up and say, I want to explore, like for our area, we have a really nice area called the Peninsula or the Point, and it's a beautiful neighborhood. It's, tons of stunning homes on the water. I think you could just walk around there, talk about the cool things that they have, what the different businesses are, how close, how much walking distance it is, or is it good for biking or families, and just explore different communities to kind of get easy content. It's there's so much overthinking in it, and that I think holds people back.
100%. I mean, there's an endless amount of things you can talk about. What we focus on is Charlotte's a destination. So the joke is no one's from here.
Yeah.
So it's really about painting a picture of what it's like to live here on so many levels. And as a real estate agent, the first thing that we think about is like homes. Like, all right, we're going to send them homes. If someone inquires, we're going to send them homes. But the truth is they can find homes anywhere. They could go on 10 different sites and they're going to find all the same homes. But they really don't know kind of what it's like to live in that neighborhood or that area or that city or how close it is. What are the attractions in that area? I have a 17-year-old that's moving with me, and he's really upset that he's got to move and get away from all his friends. Like, what's life going to be like for him as well? What's going to be like for someone's husband or someone's wife? They're into golf or they're into boating, or are there meetup groups? Are there restaurants? Dogs. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. So you need to paint that picture. And what we've found is, there's usually one person kind of leading the charge when there's a move, so you're in touch with, the wife or the husband, and they're asking their questions that they know and that they're interested in. And, if we're good agents, we're going to ask questions about, do you mind me asking, will you have any kids, or do you have any kids, or will they be moving with you? Roughly what ages they are. I'm just trying to ask this so that I can kind of be ready and kind of maybe send you some things that they might be interested in as well. And having video for all of that is so powerful. So that's one of the things that we do with our videos as well. We may create these tour videos for a certain area or a certain town or a certain city, but then we take that video and we break it apart. And we're like, all right, here's 5 attractions that were in that video. So we're going to make them into little videos about an attraction that was the U.S. Whitewater Center. That's a big attraction around here. So we pull that little, 4-minute snippet out of that video. We make it its own video. So that's added content. We'll take each neighborhood that we might have talked about in different price points, and we make that its own video. So now we have all of these different things. If I get a call from someone that watched one of our videos and they're like, I like Mooresville up by Lake Norman, but you only showed 2 or 3 different neighborhoods that were in our price point. Here's our price point. Do you have anything else that I might be interested in? Absolutely, we have several. We can send you all these separate videos, and then we find out more about them and their family, and send some things about attractions or golf or water or whatever. Having that resource is good, and then being able to break apart those videos into other videos just creates more content for us.
And you've evolved into all that. And the little guy who's just starting out, that took years for you to evolve to. It doesn't matter though. Yeah. You can still do those things with your camera, with your tripod, and YouTube, the channel itself, it automatically lets you crop it and edit it, doesn't it, Kel? It's pretty ABC.
Yeah, you can do it in YouTube. You can do it in a lot of different, obviously there's other.
iMovie is another big one.
iMovie. But let's say you're an agent and you like golf, like you said, you could just go target all the golf courses while you're playing on them. Maybe you play them and you say, hey, here's some of the beautiful homes that back up to this course.
Ooh.
And you just become the specialist in golf, or maybe you want to be the specialist in pickleball. I don't know. But you could start there and have that content and then people that are searching for golf courses in this area or whatever your area is, they will come up against your videos, and then they'll, maybe they'll call you and be like, hey, this person, number one, likes the same things I like. They like golf, and they also are very familiar with the houses around that area. So I'm going to call them, So it just makes sense. You could just start with something that you actually enjoy, do videos on that while you're naturally doing it, and then, create the content and all the different playlists in YouTube and go from there. But it's a very simple stepping stone, right?
Yeah,
absolutely. And that's a great point. I mean, you kind of go back to your original question about what would a beginner do. I would, Kelly, to your point, find stuff that you're interested in first. That's the best stuff, because then it's like, oh, I'll go shoot a round of golf and I'll take some shots, and maybe I'll take a little shot while my buddy's going and be like, hey, this is the Peninsula Club. This is a fairly flat course. It's waterfront in some areas. It shoots really wide, so it's a great course for less experienced agent or golfers. There's golf course homes all along here that are beautiful. Price points are roughly this at the time of this video. The amenities here are amazing, and you can shoot 7 different videos while you're on each different hole that are 30 seconds long.
Right.
Shoot a couple B-roll shots of some nice B-rolls, just kind of filler shots.
Mm-hmm.
You might shoot, nice hole that's on the water or some nice homes. And you just kind of fill that in, and you just drop all those, 30-second, 20-second clips with you talking along with some B-roll clips. And then you've got your video. It might be 4 minutes long. Great, done. Send it off.
And you made a great tip when you were presenting this the other day, was you on your phone, when you're out there and you're doing that, because you're doing it on your phone, you save it into a folder. Maybe the folder is called the Peninsula. Maybe the folder is called golf courses, so now you can go find them again, make life easier as well.
Yeah. So there's 2 ways you can do that. You can save it into an album. So if you're shooting stuff all over the place, great point. You have a Peninsula album. You're going to drop that into the album maybe at the end of your round and take all those clips and put it in that album, so you know where to find them when you're creating a video someday. Or maybe a year from now, you're like, hey, I'm talking about Cornelius, where the Peninsula is, and I need a couple clips of the Peninsula. You can just pull from that folder. Another way to do it is, especially if you have an Apple phone and an Apple computer, you can AirDrop right to the computer. And I put all my stuff in Google Drive. So I have a Google Drive, and I have Cornelius or Huntersville or different towns, And then within those town folders, I have all of the attractions or neighborhoods or whatever it may be in those. So I have content for everything, and it's years and years of content. So I don't have to go out and reshoot a video every time I make a video because I have so much content that I've never used.
Yeah.
Another great point is to go out wherever you are, you always be thinking video.
Yeah.
So if you're like out to dinner